And we're getting ready. Oh my goodness. My throat is still a little bit on the sore side. I do apologize for that. Oh man, I tell you, one thing about getting sick throughout the week, and it's been of a rough week. I mentioned before, my wife is in a rehabilitation center, and they wound up getting a little bit of an outbreak of COVID there. And I tested negative, Randy's negative, blood in the last, sorry, is negative, and yeah, it's, so what I do, over the weekend, last weekend, I developed a sinus infection, and boy was that fun. So I sound the way I do as a result of that right now. So, there I am. Anyway, with that happy thought, happy Friday. I'm Super Pack. Thank you for joining us here on this fine stream here. We're going to talk about an old classic company that kind of got things started for a lot of other companies back in the late 1970s. And I see, yes, thank you, man. It's always thrilling to be greeted with failing horns there from The Price is Right. Ah, yes. So, Vin, I'll tell you, since you're first up to bids, what do you know about the company named Activision? In just a few words, brief words, while you type that up. That's the showcase of this particular stream. We're going to talk about Activision and how they got started, why they got started, the games that they've made, and the influence that they've pretty much are still being felt today that they produced way back in the day. When the video game market was still quite young and quite vibrant. And if Ben doesn't know, Activision is the very first third-party software. And they happen to be formed by former Atari programmers. And what happened was that in the 1977, Warner Brothers purchased Atari from Nolan Bushnell. And they started running things, and of course they, being the behemoth that Warner Brothers is, they decided to put in some guidelines and put in some rules and, make some changes and run a tight ship. And they put Jack Tramiel as the head of Atari, and he had a different philosophy. You got to go check the games. I know actually or Blizzard. Well, today's games, it's kind of a conglomerate mentality between Activision and Blizzard. Activision is not quite the same Activision as it once was. It has changed hands over the years as far as who owns what, but the namesake is still there, at least for right now. And as you know, Microsoft has expressed a great deal of interest in purchasing Activision Blizzard. And why not? They are one of the largest North American publishers for gaming around. Of course, the only one I can think of that perhaps is equal to them or even better than that would be Electronic Arts. But going back to the original days of Activision, they started off rather small. Again, they started by 4 of Atari's programmers. Didn't like the way they were being treated by the head honcho of Atari. Again, that would be, I believe, Jack Tramiel. And what happened was, they kind of were being treated like engineers as opposed to like developers. They were told they were no more important than the person stuffing the cartridge inside the box. And as a creative force, and I understand this too because I've been I'm sorry, not Jack Tramiel, the first one, Ray Kassar. Excuse me, Jack Tramiel will be later on. Ray Kassar literally treated them like just nothing. And what happened was that the 4 people who founded Activision left. And they said, you know what, F this, let's go and form our own company. And they did. And pretty much that's how everything got started. They made it known that you knew who programmed what game, and all you had to do is just look at the cartridge and you can see their name. And notably, probably the most prominent of the 4 would be David Crane. He developed a game called Pitfall. And he also had his hand in several other of the Activision games back in the early days as well. And that was starting back in 1979. So Activision goes quite a bit as far as what they did and why they did and all that kind of good stuff. And we're going to see some of the early efforts that Activision pretty much endeavored through the Atari console. So speaking of which, we're going to head over to our Atari console right now. And this is kind of a weird meta here, because as you can see, there is indeed there's a stack of games over here in my Atari console. Excuse me. And as I flip the thing around, you can actually... Oh my goodness, I forgot how loud it is. Ah! Yes. Okay, we're going to start here with beginning. Now some of the doggo counter is up, and I hear a doggo whimper coming up, so once he starts barking, that number is going to turn to 1, and that means it will be time to go, let him out, and we'll have to put it on pause as usual, because that became kind of a feature over the last few weeks here. Anyway, arguably the most famous of the games that they produced back in those days would be indeed Pitfall. So let's see if we can find Pitfall real fast of this mess. I believe... Wow, they even have Kaboom? Look at that. Some of these games are also from M Network, like this one, Atlantis. And some of them are M Network as well, because again, over the years they started acquiring some of the other developers, and of course then the video game crash kind of changed a lot of things. They changed ownership there as well. So they reorganized, they even renamed themselves to Mediagenic, starting in 1988. So, okay, I can't find... What the frick is Pitfall? There's Pitfall 2. Pitfall is a green cartridge. There it is, okay. Alright, there it is. Now, this is the first game I actually played, I actually purchased from Activision, back when I was a kid who had an Atari 2600 back in the day. So let's take a look at the game. Ah. Oh my goodness, look at that. And as you can see, Pitfall. They even give you a little screenshot, tells you how many players there are. Basic stuff that you see from your average Atari game back in the day. There's a little pin that goes with it. There's the box for use for your Atari console. And there's the instructions and everything like that. So, let's go hit the cartridge. And let's play some Pitfall, shall we? Okay. Now, the basic objective of this game is quite simple. All you have to do is get as many points as you can in 20 minutes. That's it. You have a maximum of 20 minutes of gameplay for this particular game. Now, if you happen to die, that means disappear off the board somehow, or get eaten by an alligator, get stung by a snake, a scorpion, get lit by fire, whatever. Well, oh, there it goes. There. Knew that was going to happen at some point. Alright. Well. There's your doggo counter is up at 1. Did some reading. Atari sounds horrible, opposite of how most games you always see credits, of course, nowhere near the level in Metal Gear Solid 5 where you see written and directed Hideo Kojima. Yeah, well, I'll tell you that. The very first game that was known to do that was a game called Adventure. And in one of the boards there, in fact, this was one of the focal points of the movie Ready Player One, is that you found the board with the credits of the developer. And again, this was kind of a way Atari treated its employees. So this person obviously put a lot of work into the adventure game, and so he put his initials in there, and that's how he felt that he could justify himself. Hey, I'm important too. Let's put this in the game. Anyway, this game was developed by David Crane, like I said, and basic there, you jump over the pitfalls, you try to jump over the logs, some of them roll, some of them don't. You can go down below, watch out for the scorpions and such, but I've never beaten this game. I've lasted all 20 minutes, but I've never actually beaten the game. So let's see here, I'm going to switch it over to my screen so I can see a little bit better. There we go. Alright, so we're going to go this way. Timer started, up, and look at the gators and the famous sound. Yeah. Okay, there we go. Again, you want to avoid the pitfalls, and right there is where it stops. And then go and continue. Scorpion, of course, will always chase you, even above or below. Based on what I can tell of most Activision games before merger, were ironically Atari game. Yeah. Well, yeah, because they had such a close relationship with Atari, because why not? They were formerly Atari people. Oh, we're going to go downstairs. And you lose points, by the way, when you take damage. For example, when you do this. Okay, I lost 100 points because I fell. Now, if I run into that scorpion, I will die. That's bad. Oh, and he got me just with a poor time jump, and I'm still down below. I lost a life. Can't go past the brick wall, obviously. So, we shall move on. Now, you can survive things like this if you get hurt. Yep. And look at that. Just continue moving. Now, this game itself, by today's standards, not the most exciting game in the world, true. But it was indeed an interesting game to play because it's certainly. Oh, see, you can't go that way because the boards down below actually account for like 4 to 6 boards above. Activision was oddly the second publisher for Total War before Sega took over. I believe that. A lot of times, that's the difference between a developer and a publisher. Activision is also known to be a publisher, as opposed to just simply the developer. Okay. Yeah, I've always had fun with this one. Oh, one step too many. Alright. Good job. I'll show you the sequel to this in a second, too. This game actually did get a sequel. It's one of the first games to actually have a soundtrack. Oops. That's neat. And why do I do that, you might ask? Because I could simply just walk over it. That's simply because of the fact that it's timed to run with me, as you can see. Okay. Yeah, running into the fire is bad. Running into the snakes. Ah, boo. Hey, Magic Tats, how you doing? First time chat. Hey, thanks for dropping in. Appreciate it. Finally managed to catch a stream. Well, tonight's a bonus stream. I don't usually hit Friday nights, but I decided, you know what? We're going to talk about a company that I absolutely love. I remember when they first came to be. And we're talking about our favorite first third-party company. That would be Activision. Hype, yes. Dixie Chris's hype, yes. Thanks, appreciated there, Magical Tats. You know what? That was, what, a whole... Not even 3 minutes. My goodness. We shall try again. And would you like to quit? No. Let's start again. Okay. This time we're going to go the other way because it's a lot more dangerous to do it from left to right than right to left. And you're going to see why in just a second. Good job. Yep. Ah, yes. That famous sound there, that famous look of Pitfall Harry. Okay, here we go. Yep. There is a method to this. You have to literally stand on their eyes. You have to be super careful because I'm stupid. Okay, I'm going to fall right there because that's the way they do it. How long it's been since I've actually played this game? Yep, I knew that was going to happen. They go over publishing for Quake. Interesting. Yeah, they did. They got to remember, they've been around forever. So, yeah, they wound up taking over publishing rights. They did make games directly for other consoles. Okay, I think that's good. I'm just making sure. That stupid scorpion down below. Oh, nice. Just lose points. Yep, lose more points. Good job. What happens if you hit 0 points, by the way, and that's nothing. You can always earn more points by capturing the treasures. Okay, you gotta watch out for the stupid snake there. Yep. Watch out, because it's gonna stop right there. Okay. That's a gold bar. Da-da-da-da-da. It's going to be one that ends right there. Close. Like I said, I've never beat this game. More of these. Nor do I ever plan on it. It's just one of those fun little action games that you play for a maximum of 20 minutes, try to get as many points as you can, and that basically is your early platformer. That's how they got started. But yes, appreciate it. Thanks for dropping in. All right, let's see what else they got here, shall we? It's possible without Pitfall we may have never gotten Castlevania, Ninja Gaiden. I don't know about that. I mean, Pitfall was kind of the start of a lot of games, but there were other platform games by Atari that were out before this. Remember, this is 1982, so 1981. Believe it or not, there was an Atari game called Raiders of the Lost Ark. It was actually based off the movie, of course, and it sucked royally. There was Superman, which probably was one of the better Superman games, period. But there was something of platformer games, but not quite like this. So I guess maybe. All right, so let's see. We're going to go and quit. And yeah, I'm sure. Thanks for asking. Boy, look how meta this is. I'm a television in a television. Did anyone movie have a good game before GoldenEye? Yes, Tron. Tron from Disney, Bally Midway. Made the arcade game. I would dare say Tron was an excellent game versus the movie. I think the game was actually better than the movie, to be honest. But I love the movie regardless. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what other treasures do we have in here. So again, some of the earlier games here. We're going to play a little game called River Raid. And River Raid is also another big Activision game from the day. Very similar game to a game called Vanguard, which was made by the arcade release was Centauri. But Vanguard went left, right, up, down, and even diagonally, where this game is primarily just up, down. This is pretty much in the course of a rail shooter. An example of that. Let's take a look at it, shall we? Okay, as you see, you have a fuel meter. And you, of course, want to avoid going empty. You will run into fuel tanks as you go along, but also you'll run into other things that you don't want to run into, like ships, helicopters, jets, logs, and all that kind of good stuff. So let's go ahead and hit... Oh, I hit the black and white button. Cool. There we go. No, I don't want to. Okay, here we go. Right off the bat. Cool. And now, of course, you're going to use your shots. You can only have one shot on the screen at a time. That's kind of a limitation on the system, but of course, it made it a little bit more of a challenge as well. Don't want to shoot the fuel tanks. Don't want to crash to the side either. Okay. Yep, good job. Okay, you want to also shoot those bridges. And, good job. Well, I'm just acing it. Now, as a retro gamer, it's not like I sit around playing these games day in and day out. That's not how it works. I'm a retro gamer because largely I started back in the day when this was all brand spanking new. So let's see, when Activision came around in 1979, I was in first grade. So, give you an idea how long I've been doing this kind of stuff. So, anyway, yeah, we'll play one more. What the hell? Okay. But they did some games like Kaboom, Megalomania. Okay. Shoot the bridge! Okay. Oh, now they're all starting to move, that's right. They also brought on some arcade games, but now late in the Atari's days, they actually brought on games like Double Dragon for the Atari, believe it or not. I'll tell you about that in a second. Rampage from Bally Midway. Another one of my absolute favorite games. Oh, I shot the wrong thing. You know what? Okay, yep. Keep shooting the fuel tank, Skip. Good job. And the reason why it took so long for them to bring out Double Dragon, for example, Double Dragon was brought out in 1988 by Activision for the various Ataris that were still available, the Atari 2600 and 7800. And Rampage for the same system, simply because of the fact that Nintendo had a 2-year lock on any license that gained the Nintendo Entertainment Seal. And, Atari wasn't too thrilled with that. They actually sued Nintendo over that as a antitrust lawsuit. And they won, because Nintendo actually gained more than 85% of the video game market, largely because of that. And they were able to prove that. Nintendo, whether they realized that they couldn't do that or not, who knows? Yeah, I'm just playing it differently. Okay, come on. Yeah. And I love it when people try these games for the first time and they tell me, "Oh my God, how hard are these games?" I said, "Yeah, they are hard, but this was the thing. This was the gameplay. Now, we didn't consider this hard. We just considered it the game." And I will concede, yeah, they're pretty hard. Why not? So, go to a classic arcade. Find, if you can, the game Defender. And you see that there are more buttons on that control panel than a clothing factory. Well, that was kind of normal. Oh, in Defender's case, yeah, they wanted your 25 cents. Yep, games were meant to be hard for the monkeys, for the monies. Monkeys. Yeah, I mean, some games got so hard you just didn't want to play them anymore. But this game, you actually wanted to see how far you could possibly get. And you got your $30 worth. That's how much they cost back in the day, about $30. Believe it or not. I made the money. Let's see. There's Megalomania. There's Skyjinx. There's Grand Prix. Enduro should be over here. There's Enduro. Used to play this one. This one's actually pretty cool. Similar to that of Night Driver, except you can actually play this game with a joystick and play it reasonably well. Graphics are quite basic, of course. You have single-colored cars. Of course, you have your two lanes, or rather your two lines, representing, of course, the boundaries of where you can travel as far as the road's concerned. And, of course, well, you have you and other cars, and you just want to try to pass as many cars as you can, and do it as in an endurance race. Basic premise? Sure. Is it fun to play? Yeah. Now, you didn't have anything, too overcomplicated, unlike pole position. Yeah. You didn't crash too badly either. You just got hit to the side of the road. And everything's automatic, unlike pole position where you actually have to go up and down on your joystick for high and low gear. The roads were actually quite random. So no two races were basically the same. But as you can see, it does get pretty fast. It tells you how many cars you have passed. Right now I have passed, right now I need to pass 179 cars to win. And the way I'm playing, that's not going to happen. And here, you also have different seasons. It's in the snow, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult to navigate. You'll also be in nighttime. Makes it a little bit more challenging as well. And you'll see that in just a few minutes. Whoop. Yeah. There is no life limit or anything like that. You just pretty much go to the end of this endurance, if you will. Now, if I keep crashing into cars like that, I probably won't do too well. Sounds are quite basic, of course, for that of an Atari. Okay. See, it's starting to get more colorful in the sky because it's actually going to be sunsetting in just a few moments. Ah, pretty good run there. There it is. There's the nighttime. The cars are now only defined by their taillights. So as time would go by, other third-party companies would emerge for Atari and the other console systems as well, like the ColecoVision, the Intellivision, and so forth. Notably, sometimes they were actually produced by the company itself. Atari itself became a third party through Atari Soft. They started making games for the ColecoVision. There's Fog. ColecoVision and the Intellivision. Even the Apple computer. Coleco themselves, who made the ColecoVision, would make games for the Atari, like Donkey Kong, Donkey Kong Jr., the Smurfs, etc. Sega would actually start making games too. Yes, that's Sega. Back in the 1980s. Mattel, the people who made Barbie, that movie that just came out not too long ago, they made the Intellivision, and of course they made games through their M network that would go on all the consoles. So it was kind of an interesting trade that Activision started. Running out of time. That's what the flashing car down there means. The sun is about to rise, and when the sun does rise, it's game over. One of my favorite game manufacturers, aside from Activision, was a little company called Parker Brothers. Now, Parker Brothers is no longer an entity per se. They've been absorbed through a company called Hasbro. But they made some fantastic Atari games like Popeye, Frogger. Oh, that's it. Game over. So I needed to pass 86 cars. So that's what, 120, 114 that I did indeed pass. There were 200 at the start. That's not too bad. Still better than Pac-Man Atari. Yeah. That Atari had been known to do stuff like this. One thing Atari had been known to do has been spending outrageous fortunes on licensing. And two notable casualties were, of course, that, Pac-Man, and, of course, the granddaddy of them all, E.T. And between the two of them, we're talking about, $1 million back in the day. And little time to make the game so it would be out at a certain point. Todd Fry, who made Pac-Man, well, he did his best, considering what he had. Remember, you gotta remember, the hardware limitations of the Atari back in the day versus the arcade game. The Pac-Man arcade board was literally 10K. The cartridge was 1K. Now, your Atari 2600 Pac-Man was simply a 1K cartridge. So, that's the way it was back in the day. So, yeah, there's going to be some differences in graphics, differences in sounds. But let's say the least, that's just the way it was. Microsoft is doing that now, spending too much money on getting developers, but isn't developing anything. It's going to take years for Xbox to actually make money at this rate. Well, that's kind of you gotta. Microsoft is doing what EA did for years and years and years. They've bought out developers. In fact, two of my favorite developers, which I don't really see too much anymore, Maxis, which is one that developed the original SimCity games, and Criterion, who developed the Burnout games. They don't exist per se because EA got them and bought them and, well, pretty much absorbed them. And that's it. So there's that. Activision, it's just the way it is these days. It's an absorption as opposed to creation. And those little independent developers start disappearing as a result. It's kind of hard. But that's where the money's at. Yeah, we're gonna go to another game. I love the setup, by the way. Oh yeah, by the way, this is the Atari Classics for PlayStation 2. This is a collection of about 45 or so games that they made, and of course, they're celebrating the classic Atari look down there. You see a couple of joysticks in the console system. But if you take a look, we used to actually have these little Rolodex, if you will, of cartridges. You can also put like audio cassette cartridges in there as well. Now let's talk about Pitfall 2, shall we? Then we're going to get in a couple of the Magic games. Where's Pitfall 2? It's down there. This was one of the first 10K games, 10 whole K, for your Atari 2600. Lost Caverns. This is no different. This is no different to those scan disc switch DS things. Yeah, kinda, I guess. Well, this was just the medium of the day, the cartridge. All right, so let's take a look at the game. Looks awful familiar. Looks similar to that of the original Pitfall. In fact, that is still Pitfall Harry, but that is a monkey down below. Oh dear. The object of the game is to rescue the monkey and the girlfriend. Get past that rat, and I'll show you that in just a second. This is this is a huge map game. As a result, you say this is kind of a precursor to that of Metroid. As we take a look, because remember, this is 1983. Metroid wouldn't come out for another couple of years at least. I start off with 4,000 points. I earn more points as I collect treasures. I lose points when I die, and you'll see that more than once. I guarantee you that. That cross there, by the way, is where I would wind up until I run over another cross. That would be my save point. Here we go. Oh, by the way, it also had a soundtrack. There's a bat in front of me. I'm going to go ahead and go. Oh, no. This is what I'm talking about. That's my save point I'm going back to. Lost a lot of points, over half. Now, here we go. This is the rat's going to shove me back. I can't get past him because he's guarding the monkey. My girlfriend's somewhere around there, too. Ah! Okay, so I can't go that way. Now, they made this game also on other consoles, the ColecoVision, the Atari 5200 and such. And I tell you, the graphics difference and the sound difference between all three of them really isn't a whole hell of a lot. Just, those are electric eels, by the way. There's another one right down there. And you can hear the music gets more celebrate-like. Celebrate-like? Sure. Celebrative. When I start collecting more treasures. And I gotta be careful. Now the old scorpion, our big friend's back. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and run on this first. You'll hear ding. Okay. Scored another big gold brick. Yay! Let's get this one that we saw earlier. There's one down there. How do we get there? Well, I'm going to avoid that frog and that bat. Okay, the frog's not a big problem. The bat will be a problem, though. Oh, almost. Just a pixel off. You see, I don't have far to go. That's why that's important. So let's try this again. Actually, you know what? Screw that. We're just going to fart around here. Gonna go this way. Ah. More gold. Yes. I got pretty far in this game, I have to admit. I did play this one quite a bit, too, back in the day. I'm just gonna kind of... Okay. Ah! Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You can kind of also lean how much of a shift and drop that you do with leaning on the joystick, if you will. Not really big on points today, so we'll just kind of fart this round. You gotta be kidding. Oh, there you go. Lose 100 points by dropping there, just like in the original game. Oh, the wrong one, of course. Too close? Yep. Let that bat pass. Okay. I'll go down this one now. Whee! Oh, there's bats there too. Okay, good. Hey! Take that one up while we're there. Look at that, we got a big score now! No matter how hard, how far you fall, at least for me to say, it's still 100 points, no matter what. And you can't die from it either. Alright. Someone's leaving a lot of gold around us. Oh, there's the froggy. We're going to do it a little differently here. Okay. This is always fun. Oh! Bad timing. All the way back up. All the way back up. Look at those points just drifting away. Oh, melting all those points out. All the way back up because that was the very last cross I touched. So, yes, this game... No, I was waiting for that. I was waiting for that. Yeah, you know, honestly, that's kind of what goes through your mind, too. It really goes through your mind. David Crane also is responsible for this mess as well. And I love every bit of this. Yeah, and bats are so effing hard to get past. I'd rather deal with the scorpions. Unfortunately, the scorpions are far and few in between in this game. You're dealing with a lot more worse things. Alright. Let's deal with this one down here. Alright. Okay, there's a pair of bats there you can see. One directly below the other. Bye. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. Alright, cool. We'll try this again. There. Oh, that's right. Okay, we'll take that one. Is that two of us? Oh, of course, there would be a bat there, of course. Alright, so we're gonna go this way. Bye! Oh, very good. I can go either way now. Excellent. Oh, excellent. Oh, there's the buzzard again. That's a good question. He can survive. There is no terminal velocity on this game. There's no height limit, nothing. Why be concerned with physics? Alright. I just find it comical when he lands like that, the whole board shakes. One of those little touches they put in this game. Oh, that was so effing close. Oh, God. There. Don't fall through that hole. Okay, so there's no... Nope, okay. Let's see. Let's check to see what the other side has. Oh, there's the scorpion that we were just alluding to just a second ago. Are you kidding? Okay. 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 Scorpions are a bit harder this time. There you go. Oh, lovely. I was better off where I was. Oh, lordy. You know what? Bye, Scorpion. I'll catch you later, okay? He's not even following me anymore. Okay, that looks familiar. I'm safe from the electric eels here. For now. Lots of water. Lots and lots of water. I can't go up because there's no ladder for me to climb onto, so I'll continue I tread. Okay, there's another cross. Fantastic. Oh, look at that. That's a dead end. Dead end. Good job. That's right. Nothing gained, nothing ventured. Absolutely. Well, there is a simple solution to this. There you go. Bye! No, not that one. No, keep going. Right through the wall. Bam! Okay, through space. There, okay. Try this again. Alright. Yeah, I did that. Anyway, that's the object of Pitfall 2. You want to try to get as much as the treasure as you can. I have a good friend who was my video game partner for many, many, many years. His name is Randy. And he actually, I believe, beat this game. And we did a late night session. There's no time limit, unlike the original Pitfall. You can take 20 minutes, 40 minutes, a year, whatever. But he actually beat the game, so it was quite an accomplishment. All right. Yeah, I'm sure. Oh boy, am I sure. All right. I'm gonna go to one of the arcade games here. This is Commando. Commando was made originally by Capcom, and through Taito and also whatever. But Activision got their hands on it. And this is an arcade translation that they did not make. So let's take a look at it. There's your basic graphics there. You got some palm trees, you got some sand dunes, you got an enemy soldier up there. And you start off with 3 grenades, 2 men, and a medal. Yep. First thing I do is go right into the bullet. I just continue moving on this way. It should be alright. I'm not even sure how that happened. Okay. But that's right, they just appear out of nowhere. No, close. Can't go over those dunes. That would be neat. Okay. Yep. And there you go. Just like the arcade game. Yeah. Now, in order for me to use the grenades, by the way, I have to actually have a second controller. I don't. But not a bad translation. Not at all. Considering. And you can find this on your Nintendo Entertainment System. You can find it on the Atari 7800 for that matter. Of course, you can play it in the arcades as well. But considering the limitations of the 2600, they managed to turn out a pretty damn good game. Close. Let's see if I can get rid of this jackass. I can get rid of him, but I die at the same time. Okay, I'm just gonna wing it. Hey! Yeah, screw that. Yep. That's about as far as I got. Alright, cool. I didn't get this particular version at home. I actually got the 7800 version, but it's nice to play this one. So it is interesting to see what they can do with a pre-existing game with the limitation of the hardware that they had and what they can turn it into. I'm going to play a couple more. This is just a simple stream tonight. Nothing major. It is sports games. Take a look at some of the games. They had made a River Raid too. They did. There's a Thwalker. Boxing, bridge, checkers, dragster, fishing derby. Yep, skiing, freeway, ice hockey, kaboom. But we're gonna play. In a Magic game. Now, Magic was a different company that they wound up acquiring a few years down the road. This game is called Atlantis. We were talking about this game on the Retro Games fan. I've mentioned that particular page before. Retro Games is a classic video game channel, page on Facebook. And this was a discussion how I've spent many an hour on this particular game. And check it out if you happen to be on Facebook. You can sign up to it. There's a bunch of rules. Very easy to adhere to. Just talk about video games from the 20th century. That's all you have to do. Anyway, going back to the console, this was a fantastic little space-type game. Think of it like Space Invaders, but on speed. I'll show you in just a second. This is Atlantis. It's underwater cities, but you still have to shoot down the ships that are coming to destroy you. Now, if they happen to reach the bottom level, which you're about to see, there where that lowest ship is, see the 4 rows? Okay, that will be shooting down laser beams and destroying cities, so you got to try to stop them from doing that. You use your joystick left and right and center to shoot at these ships shooting by. Let's go ahead and get that started. And it's fairly easy. See, now I've got 2 of them because I missed one. And they start at the top, and then they come down. So if you are a lousy shot, you're going to wish you hadn't been. So, wait a minute, that's easy. For the first round, yeah, it is. Sometimes you get some speed burners. Him. You need to destroy anything that's on screen. Oh, they got faster, too. Oh, close. Oh, just lost one mine. I lost my center one, so now I have to use my... Ah! Now I got mine back. Yay. Crap. Okay. Nice. So now I have to use the left and right joystick to get rid of these enemies. A little harder. So it's kind of like Missile Command in a way. I got my center back, but I only got that one part of the thing left. Oh, no. Oh, get rid of him. Oh. I only got that one part of the city left. Oh, gotta stop him. Okay. I love this game. This is one of my favorite games on the Atari. It was quite a challenge. Oh! Thank God I shot that one. That was almost there. And that's close. Yes. I've unlocked the disco gameplay mode. Press the the square button to continue. We're going to play that game in just a second, too. I'm not a big fan of disco mode, actually. I have no intention of using it. Trust me. Okay, I got my center back. It's important. Oh, good. I lost my center back. That's not good. Yes. Now they're all fast. Christ. Come on. Oh. Ah! Yes! And that's it. Game's over. Oh, no, it's not. I got my bonus. I don't believe this. And that's it. Atlantis is gone. Dragster, the game. Todd Rogers put a fake score in for a world record. Yes. Dragster's in here, sure. Oh, I love this game. All right. Here's your warning. See, the music that came from that got that little bonus thing. Where is it? Pressure cooker. Ah. All right, we're gonna play this one and a couple more, and then pretty much call it night. This is just a little. What the hell? This is like my midlife crisis gaming. Here's my youth. This is shit that I used to play back when I was a kid, in grade school. 1983. Let's see, what was I doing in 1983? I was about to get out of elementary school, as a matter of fact. So, let's see. Oh, okay. Now this is a new game. You are the chef, and you're going to see some ingredients down there at the bottom of the screen. You see, there's a tomato, there's an onion, there's some lettuce, and that's a block of cheese or a slice of cheese. And see there on the things to your right. Well, the top one's a hamburger patty. And you can see some buns there, as a matter of fact, too. And you're going to try to assemble a burger based on the ingredients that you see down below. Yes! I can't move. Okay. Yep, I'm making a horrible burger. Yep. That didn't pass for some reason. Alright. We're going to start with this one. Yeah, I'm gonna put that there. Yay! Yep, and we're doing great. So this is like your early plate 'em up. This is your early, restaurant put your food together. And see, I'm just doing a horrible job because I don't care at this point. But basically, once you're down to 0, by the way, you're done. You have to get a top bun. Oh, I'm out. Yep, that's it. I have an exploding face there. Fairly simple game. I wasn't really. I just went in it for the music. Basically, you build your burgers based on the ingredients down below, and then you take them down below to deliver to the appropriate colored window, the one that's flashing, and that's how you get your points. Now, there's games like that today, like Plate Up, like I said before, and a few others. But this is the first example I can think of that you actually did stuff like this. So there you go. Cute little game. Try one more. Okay. Bottom bun with a meat patty. No, I don't want that. Yeah. Put that on you. Okay, onions. With lots of onions. I'm gonna put that in the blue one. Coming back up. Okay. You want a tomato, and that's going to go to the green one. Okay. No cheese. Okay, you just have to put one on here. Sorry. Oh, missed it. Okay. Grab the bun there. I'm going to take it to the blue one. And there it goes. Yay, okay. Let's see if they... Want an onion? No. Let me just put you on there. Okay, that's the blue one down here. It looks like my blue is pretty much getting there. I gotta collect the thing. Somebody want lettuce? Yes. That's going to go to the green one down here. Okay. Somebody want an onion? Yep, that completes the burger. I get the bun down here. Okay, that's going to go to another green one. All right. Okay. No cheese, but they want no onion. No cheese. You know what? Tomato! Yes. Okay, and that we... No! Ah, that's it. 885, not too bad. Not too bad. Ah, my youth. Oh, yes. Some of the things that I did indeed achieve there, like some of the pins. The Activision, that'd be the Billy Club, that's for the Keystone Capers. The Explorers Club for the Pitfall games. And the Sky Stars, that's for River Raid. Some other neat things too. I'm going to show you the credits here in just a second. And of course the unlock list. Some of the things that you've unopened. In fact, I just opened one of these just a few moments ago. Little things like that. Sound options and stuff like that. Pretty cool. Going back to the game list real quickly. Let's see. We played Enduro, we played Pitfall, we played River Raid. We're going to play one more big game. Just debating on which one, because there's actually quite a few of these. Oink. We're going to play Kaboom. Alright, so Kaboom is a classic catch the item game. And we'll take a look at everything now. Okay, there is, well, he is kind of the nefarious bad guy up there, if you will. Go ahead and get started. Now this game you actually use your paddle. You want to avoid the bombs hitting the bottom of the screen. And that's what happens. Ooh! And I only have two. Okay. I have to use my my analog joystick for this one. Ah, I got 70. Not too bad. Okay, he seems to like the right side of the screen there. Okay, new round. Ah, bad timing. Somehow the music's fitting for this one. Ah! Oh! merge with. They will merge with Vivendi soon. But not yet. But by this point, they would have gone through be owned by Bobby Kotick, and then go through various acquisitions. There you go. Kids everywhere. I would be such a kid. I'm the 50-year-old kid, if you will. There you go. Alrighty. Good stuff. But like I said, I don't know if they make something like this for Steam. I hadn't seen it. I haven't really been looking for it. But it certainly would be something to behold. And if you have a PlayStation 2, you could probably find this cheaply somewhere, as far as this particular title. But of course, there's emulation. You can always find the ROMs. I'm not going to encourage that per se. But needless to say, it is very interesting. Pitfall. Well, we're going to leave it at that. Like I said, this is just a kind of a tribute to Activision. And the reason why I'm doing that is because there has been, let's say, concern that the Activision being, if they're being bought out by Microsoft, Activision Blizzard, we may see the disappearance of not only a legendary brand, but the very first third-party company. Like I said, without them, we would not have seen the likes of Mattel getting involved, Coleco getting involved, Hasbro ultimately getting involved through the various means, like Parker Brothers, and even Milton Bradley got involved with making video games. 20th Century Fox in the early days made video games. In fact, one game they made was MASH, based off the television series. Yeah, so it had ripples. And Activision, like I said, they've been around for over 40 years. And I hope they continue to do so, exist beyond this. So, thought this was that for a second. Nope, that's the real thing there. I've just read that. Alrighty. Let's see, we got 4 of us in here in this room. Is there any rating people tonight? I don't usually do this on a Friday, so I have no idea who the hell's on right now. Let's find out. Well, look at Yogscast. A lot of people. Let's see. I've read her before. She's been streaming for a very, very long time. She is also a content developer for a game called Phantasmagoria. It doesn't look like she's playing that. She's playing Perfect Heist 2. Oh God, that game. We're gonna rate her in just a second. JoJo says Bree. If you like what you saw, give me a follow. Thanks for the stream. Absolutely. Thank you, Magical Tats. Appreciate it. If you like what you saw, give me a follow. I have a Facebook page. No, I have a Facebook page. I have nothing like that. I have a YouTube page with all the past Twitch streams. Second YouTube page with a match game tribute. Let's see. What also I have? I have things and stuff and junk. Twitter, what used to be Twitter, whatever we call it now. Instagram, Discord, etc. Find all the links down below. We'll catch you next time. Tomorrow we're going to play some Wild Arms. We'll continue with day number 2. See ya. Here's JoJo Says Bree. Bye.